that's just the final part. Christian's final journey. Jake got stuck by Hoopa this timeline. None of that college crap happened. It's time for the Roaria League. Hundreds of trainers from other regions are coming over just for this amazing league. Christian decides that he needs to take a step back and change his team to his favorite members that he can easily battle with. You know what? I'm not going to question what the hell that noise was. Fuck it. Okay, I'm sorry for that swear, but frick it. So let's get into this. Christian and Tess would be standing at the edge, along with Tess. Tess says, "We're going in this, right?" Christian says, "We're doing this for Jake." As he puts his hand out and she puts her hand out, as they high five, as they both say, "For Jake!" As they run in and register for the Pokemon League. Christian's new team is, as he starts to go rambling through his PC, as he decides the Pokemon that he's going to use the most. And the first round is only a 2-on-2 battle. Then after that, it's 3 Pokemon. After that, it's 6. It's a full 6-on-6 battle. He decides he's taking, of course, his starter, Typhlosion. He's bringing back an old buddy, Blastoise. He hugs Blastoise, telling him, "Welcome back, Steve." I'm kidding. He says, "Welcome back, buddy." Then he also brings Lucario, Umbreon, and Scizor, along with his pseudo-legendary of the team. Salamence. He goes, "You guys ready?" As the whole team is ready to go battle their heads. The first battle is a 1-on-1 match. It's Christian versus a trainer named Trevor. Not Trevor from Pokemon X and Y, Z. Trevor. He's a trainer who loves dark types, and he's basically a wizard crazy. He's basically a crazy person. He sends out his only first Pokemon and says, "Let's go! Absol!" As he sends out Absol, Christian also took his Absol with him instead of Umbreon. Christian says, "An Absol, huh?" Christian cracks his knuckles and says, "Let's go, Absol!" As he throws his own Absol out, saying, "You're special, aren't you, buddy?" As he starts to pet its head, saying, "Let's get going, Absol." As he says, "Absol Night Slash," Trevor says, as an Absol runs with a ruthless strategy, trying to hit him. Christian smiles, going, "Huh." As he says, "Absol, play rough," as it instantly quickly dodges the Night Slash and plays rough, and then hits it with a strong play rough attack, one-shotting it. As he goes, "Ah!" Christian says, "It's called precision and trust." As he wins, and Tess wins her battle against a girl named Serena. Against a girl named Sakura. And her Pokemon Zarina, who gets wrecked. And then it's time for the next battle, which is now we're just going to skip to the quarterfinals. The quarterfinals are Christian, Tess, a boy named Brendan. Don't worry, it's not Brendan from the games, it's just Brendan. A boy named Zach. A teenage girl named Misaki, who is in love with psychic types. Another kid named Nagasaki. And that's 6 people, I think. I'm pretty sure we need 8 for it to be the semifinals and the finals. Christian hasn't shown off Mega Typhlosion yet, because he doesn't want to. Oh yeah, if you want to know what Mega Typhlosion looks like, look at Dob's video for Mega Typhlosion. Christian decides that he's ready to win this thing. As his first battle is with Zack. As he goes, let's go! As Zack's first Pokemon, out of the 3 Pokemon they're going to use, is Tyranitar. Christian says, let's go! Blastoise! As he says, this kid's got a Blastoise as a starter. He chose Squirtle. As he says, so, you're from the Kanto region. Christian says, idiot, this is the Roaria League. Roaria is the best region out of all of them. It has all 24 starters. It has all 24 starters that have been discovered. As he goes, as Christian says, let's go Blastoise! Oh, flip. He says, use Rapid Hydro Pump. As it spins using Rapid Spin, and then uses Hydro Pump to deal massive damage. Hitting it as he says, alright, Tyranitar Hyper Beam. Christian says, counter it, Scald. As they create a humongous clash. Christian says, Hydro Cannon! As it goes, bam, bam, and annihilates Tyranitar. He goes, dang it. He says, let's go, Umbreon! As Christian says, return Blastoise. Let's go, Absol! As he sends out Absol and says, Absol, Mega Evolve! As he Mega Evolves into Absol and says, Absol, play rough! He says, and Zack says, Absol, he says, Umbreon, Dark Pulse! Absol easily goes through the Dark Pulse and hits it with a play rough, as it's instantly KO'd. As then he says, dang it, here's my ace, Gallade! As he throws it a mile an hour. As Gallade comes out, as he Mega Evolves Gallade quickly into Mega Gallade. Christian says, alright, let's go, clash! As these two are clashing, Horn, Claw, to Sword. As then he says, but then Absol misses its Night Slash. As then he goes, now Gallade, close combat! It lands a really good close combat, which knocks out Absol. Christian says, you did good, Absol. Return. He says, go, Blastoise! As Blastoise instantly launches 2 Hydro Cannon, not KOing him instantly. And now it's time. Blastoise knocks out Gallade with just a Hydro Cannon. Everyone says, this kid's strong. We haven't even seen him use his final Pokemon. Next is Tess versus Misaki. Who her first Pokemon is Gardevoir. Tess sends out quickly Garchomp. Garchomp quickly takes care of Gardevoir with an Earthquake. Then her next Pokemon is Gothitelle. As Tess uses Dragon Claw, as Tess is battling with her full power, not going to give this battle up. As then she says, alright Garchomp, use Crunch! As a Crunch knocks it out. As then he falls to the floor. As he goes, Gah. As then Gothitelle falls, losing the match. As then it's the next one, which is her final ace, her starter, which was an Eevee, who is now in Espeon. Yes, Espeon is one of my favorite evolutions. Not really, I really just like Espeon. It just doesn't look that cool. I mean, I like purple, but not that shade of purple. I like Lunala's shade of purple. Christian says, let's go! I'm kidding. He says, go Tess! As then Tess is blushing a tiny bit, because she didn't really know that he would actually root for her, because Christian's usually cold, because that was his only goal. A cloaked figure is sitting on top of the stadium watching. As he goes, As then it's time for this battle to start. So this is get the next Pokemon out, which is Tess. Tess's Garchomp finally lands the final attack, which is a Draco Meteor, which launches down on poor Espeon and knocks it out. Now it's over, and now it's time for the semifinals. Now before that, it's a break. Tess beat the entire battle with just her Garchomp. Then everyone's sitting down for lunch, as it's time for lunch before the tournament ends. As then they start to play. As then they ask their single trainer to please put on music. As Christian heads to the room and just presses a button and goes. I'm kidding. So after they finish with lunch, it's time for the battle, the semifinals, which is Christian versus Tess, and the mysterious figure versus Brendan. And then, while the matches are being shown, it says, the first match is Tess versus Christian. Next, mysterious figure versus Brendan. Christian goes, so I'm fighting Tess. As Christian and Tess high five, saying that it's time for their battle. I just found the song from WWE and I loved it, and I still like it now. As he says, let's go. As it's time for their battle to start, Christian sends out his first Pokemon. I'm kidding. Mysterious figure won the first battle. The mysterious figure won the first battle. And then, now it's time for the final main match, Christian versus Tess. Tess sends out her first Pokemon, Salamence, while Christian sends out his first Pokemon, Scizor. I didn't say that he had to, hold on, let me recount my team again. So he's got Typhlosion, Blastoise, Absol, Scizor, Salamence, and, I don't know, and a mysterious Pokemon that he doesn't want to hide. That he's gonna hide. So now it's time for their battle. Now it's Absol versus Salamence. It's Salamence versus Salamence, actually. I'm kidding, he doesn't have a Salamence. Christian says, let's go! Scizor! As he goes. As it starts to fun, Christian says, Swords Dance! And Tess says, Flamethrower. Scizor dodges most of the flamethrowers and then does Swords Dance. As Christian says, Bullet Punch! A couple of bullet punches knocks back Salamence. Salamence isn't giving up as she says, Dragon Rush! As it collides, Scizor holding it in the sky, going, as it goes, as he crushes. As Scizor lands the Bullet Punch, and then is barraging Salamence's stomach with the Muda Muda. As then its hand glows with full power and knocks out Salamence. As she returns it saying, let's go, Haxorus! As she says, Haxorus, Flamethrower! Scizor is fast and blitzing around, it hits more shots. But then it lands a hit, which Haxorus catches, and then kills it with a flamethrower. As Christian goes, no! As then he returns it, puts it back in the pocket. Christian sends out his next Pokemon, Absol. Instantly, these two beasts collide. Instantly, Absol is clashing its head off as he goes, Argh! Christian's not going to Mega Evolve it. As he says, let's go! Night Slash! As she says, Dragon Claw! The two attack clash and explode. And then it sees they're both still standing but with scratches. Christian smiles saying, "Let's go, Absol, play rough!" As then it hits it a lot and then blasts it back. As then it faints. As then Haxorus, but Absol strain makes it faint as well. Christian says, as they send out their next Pokemon, Christian sends out Blastoise and Tess sends out Como-O. He's been catching a lot of new Dragon Pokemon. Christian says, Ice Beam! As he launches it and as it collides with, as Hydro Cannon collides with Como-O, but Como-O cuts it in half with Dragon Claw, but the other one comes in and hits Como-O. Como-O is holding it back, but then it's hit. I'm sorry guys, that was amazing. Now we're going. After that, these two are getting even more serious. He cracks his knuckles and says, "Let's go!" As he starts to laugh and says, "Use Ice Punch!" As Tess says, "Dragon Claw!" As the two clash. As Blastoise smacks it with its shell, and then uses another Ice Beam to freeze Como-O. Como-O breaks out and uses clanging scales. That's why it used Iron Defense before. It used Iron Defense before, it used it in a flash. So then its defense would barely go down. It just hits Blastoise and knocks it out. As he goes, "Return, Blastoise! You did good, buddy." He says, "Let's go." Hold on, give me a second. So his first Pokemon he used was Scizor. And that defeated Salamence. Then he used, Blastoise, I think? No, he used Absol. Then he used Blastoise. And now he's going on to his fourth Pokemon, which will be... You know, I keep on messing up his team, so let me do a quick recap. Let me give him one more team member to collide with. Well, Tess still has her fourth Pokemon. Christian's only on his third, so he sends out his fourth. Ding! You get a quick shine, as then you see he sends out his next Pokemon, Lucario. As he goes, "Wow!" As it instantly charges up a full power Orchard and launches it at blinding speed, hitting Como-O. As then it goes, as Lucario instantly does a Bone Rush clash with Como-O's Dragon Claws. As then he smacks him in the face, then slams the Bone Rush into the ground and steps on it, pushes forward with a power-up punch, knocking out Como-O. As Christian says, "You're good, Tess. Way too good." Christian smiles and says, I'm very impressed with you." She sends out her final Pokemon, since she only brought 5 Pokemon because that's all she has, and says, "Go, my lovable Garchomp!" Instantly she says, "Earthquake," which one-shots Lucario, sadly. As Christian is shocked at the immense power of her Garchomp's full power. Christian doesn't know to switch into his special Pokemon, or Typhlosion. If he switches into Typhlosion, he's got a disadvantage, but if he switches to this Pokemon, he has an advantage. He says, "Go, Typhlosion!" As then a shine comes. As then Typhlosion pops out of its Pokeball, as he goes, "Bah!" as it shakes the arena with its just immense force. Tess says, "Mega Evolve!" as she slams her hand into the ground, then up in the air and says, Garchomp! As then it mega evolves into Mega Garchomp. Christian says, oh, so we're going all out from the start? He goes, as he holds down his necklace, he says, Typhlosion, respond to my heart keystone, beyond evolution, Mega Evolve! Remember, check out Dom's video if you want to see Mega Typhlosion. As then, Typhlosion is perfect. As then she goes, I never knew it could do that! Christian says, let's go, Typhlosion! Flamethrower! As the flamethrower this time is blue. As it blitzes out at, okay, I'm kidding, it's normal. But this blitzes out like Infernape Flamethrower when it's in blaze. As it goes, Rah! As it hits Garchomp, who's blocking it barely. He says, Eruption! As Garchomp goes to Dragon Claw, it jumps up and Typhlosion pushes it into the air and then eruptions it with the volcano on its back. As it goes, Brah! As this almost knocks out Garchomp. But Garchomp will not give up, as these two have a full-on clash. They're last standing.
What year was Pompeii destroyed?
I don't know.
Alexa, what year was Pompeii destroyed?
Christian says, let's go, we can do this. And he says, bring it on! He smiles, saying, Typhlosion! As Typhlosion's hand envelops in fire. As in his hands both actually envelops in this weird blue thing. As then he says, Aerialites! As then Tess says, Dragon Claw! As they go and clash even more. As then they're breaking each other down. As it goes even faster. As then it's hitting Garchomp over and over again, while Garchomp's hitting it with Dragon Claws. As he gets back up and says, Typhlosion! But then Typhlosion's hit by an earthquake and falls to the ground. But then it's down. Christian is worried that Typhlosion's gonna lose, as he says, Typhlosion, you don't have to battle! But then he started, his mind's racing of winning, and he says, Typhlosion, use Explosion Punch! As he's calling out moves that don't even exist. As he's yelling too much stuff, as he goes, ah! Ty says, I didn't know we got worked up like this. But then Typhlosion gets angry and shoots out a flamethrower as it's mega and hits Christian into a wall. He goes, as Typhlosion's angry, but then it pulls something out from its fur. It remembers that it had some stuff to hold as he holds out some headphones. Christian goes, oh yeah! As Christian remembers that he does work better with headphones. As Christian puts it on and then starts to play and presses a button going,
Ready to rock, Pikachu?
a song made especially for himself to comment as he goes. Then he says, let's go, Typhlosion! Let's go, Typhlosion! As he uses Thunder Punch, as she says, but that's not gonna work. But for some reason, it hits and knocks Garchomp back as she goes, what? As it's giving him, as he says, as then they keep on clashing, as she goes, why does that work? As Typhlosion's getting too strong, the electric moves are finally affecting. As they're really battling. As they go, it activates Eruption, which knocks everything back and hits Garchomp. And then he says, finish it off! Full power! But then he decides to no, not finish it off, keep on fighting. As he says, use Thunder Punch! As they're really clashing now. But then Christian realizes, Typhlosion's Pokedex entry. It rubs its fur to create explosions. As he says, Typhlosion, rub your hands together! As it rubs its hands together and its paws together and explodes from its hands, hitting Garchomp. He goes, explosive palms, I like it. And he says, go! As it reaches towards, keep on rubbing its hands as it's exploding even more. It keeps on rubbing its paws together, it keeps on exploding. As then Tess says, use Draco Meteor! As Kristen says, we can do this. He goes, he takes one quick breath. As he takes a quick breath and says, Flare Blitz! As it powers up and rushes and breaks through all of them. As it goes, as then it rises and kicks. As it kicks him right in the gut. It kicks Garchomp right in the gut as it launches it with fiery glory and knocks it out.